You're watching Bloodstock TV, and I am sitting here with Andy and Josh from Grove Street, man. How's it going? How's it doing?
All good.
Very well.
Happy to be here.
Very happy
first
to be
time
here.
at Bloodstock performing, yeah?
Yes.
Performing, I've been to Bloodstock many times as a punter. I come here every year. So it's amazing to play.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible to play.
This is like the full circle moment.
It is.
You paid your dues out there.
My first year I actually came here was 2012, so that's like 12 years ago now, which is, I'm a solid Bloodstock part of the family, I would say.
You're right to be here. Look, I'm going to get straight into it. Debut album, The Path to Righteousness. I own a vinyl copy of that I had to buy from Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's an absolutely... It's just a fucking banger of an album. There's no question about it.
Dude, thank you so much.
And it just, to me, it just shows how healthy the UK hardcore scene is at the moment, or crossover, whatever you want to call it these days. Now, is it true that this album, someone said that it was almost kind of like a decade in the making? Does that sound familiar?
I wouldn't quite say a decade. I'd say probably about 5 years from start to finish.
Yeah, Sandy probably argued my point. Basically, it took like a while to write, and then COVID happened, and then we got in touch with UNFD, and then we had to start the whole process of putting the record out. So that was like obviously another... What was it, like a year? Another
year of like sorting the label stuff out.
Sorting the videos out,
so with the whole thing, like from start to getting it out, with the label being involved, everything else, probably about 5-6 years.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Talk about patience. I mean,
tell me about it.
I always say this, I think we went through possibly every emotion that you could go through of writing a record to get that out.
When it eventually did come out, was it like that kind of... Like when the Predator finally took his mask off and it was just
literally.
like, it's out, it's fucking out.
Yeah, absolutely. It was almost like, oh my God, I can't even believe this is out now.
Yeah.
Like we spent so long doing this and it's finally out. Seeing all the reactions and stuff was great. Like everything,
Look, the buzz around you guys has been fantastic. I mean, like I live over in Ireland and we've been hearing about you over there. We want you to come over, obviously.
Love to come over. Please, get us over there.
Yeah,
Have you got the hook up?
Fingers crossed, we want you everywhere, to see you everywhere. But it's just like, you know, one of the like you were headlining shows in Southampton and Newport very early on, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were killing it down there, and again, it's just like this. It's part of that hardcore, you know, roots thing. Wherever you go with that scene, it's very supportive and it's total family orientated. And I mean, you must have been blown away when you're going so far from home to, you know, different parts of the country and arms are open for you and you're headlining shows and people are loving it. Was it, you know, did you know that you were, you know, on to something really good here with this?
I think the last run we've just done, like we just done a tour, last week?
Yeah, like we finished it last Sunday, was the last show.
That sort of hammered it home for me. That I was like, this is good. We're doing like between 70 and 90 pre-sales, you know, like some of these venues are like 200 cap, packing out like 150 sort of rooms. Like,
so you're doing kind of 50%.
Yeah, which is unheard of. You buy tickets in advance nowadays, right? So I was like, shit, okay, this is good. It was a good buzz, good vibe. There wasn't a bad show on tour.
No, not at all.
At the time, it was like 2,000 trees, do the tour, play this, send it off with a bang. So yeah, I think timing's been great. I think
it has,
And then when the album actually did eventually come out, and were you kind of like, oh shit, the reviews are coming in now? Were you pleasantly surprised with what everyone was saying?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah,
I definitely was. I'm not too sure about you, but like I said earlier, like we went through every possible emotion. I went from like loving it to then absolutely hating every song and being like, it's not good enough, like we need to do more. And then the initial reaction when you do see the comments, everyone being like, this is the album of the year for me, but we had that a few times and I was like, that's insane to me, like absolutely insane.
I'm always like an overthinker. I think I always overthink. I think the longer you wait to put it, the more you're like, is this good? Is this good? And then it's like, do you know what? Fuck it, just put the damn thing.
Well, that's it.
Just get it gone.
You have to be happy with it, and then when you put it out there, it's a subjective thing anyway. But as long as you're happy with it, that's the
If I like it, everyone else should like it as well.
And Josh,
you hear that?
Am I right saying that like this was born out of your garden shed, so to speak?
Correct. Yeah. So
right, let's talk about your neighbours for a second here.
Yeah. So basically, right. So I used to have a shed in the back of my garden that I played drums in when I was a kid, and then during COVID and lockdown, me and my dad's a bathroom fitter, but he can do everything. He could do like, you know.
So he insulated the shit out of that.
Yeah. So we basically built this whole summer house, like practice room at the back garden. I think we'd already written most of it before then, right? Which is really annoying.
Yeah, we actually wrote a lot of it in other practice spaces. can't remember the main one we used though. Was it in Southampton?
Yeah, it was. It was Untapped.
Untapped. That's it. Yeah, we wrote quite a bit of it in Untapped.
But we just booked out like 3 months. We're like, right, every Friday we're gonna make sure, and we're just gonna whatever gets done, we'll just get it done. So it's all in advance, sort of.
And then when you did have the practice space in the back garden done, that was basically when we were going through all the label stuff. So it was
correct. Yes.
Basically finalising the songs, making sure they were good in the practice space, and then getting ready to basically release.
The label announcement video was filmed in the practice space and everything. Yeah, but awesome. Annoyingly, I don't live with my parents anymore, so I can't.
You just come around to pester
I'm
them
just
with
like, can I use the room, please? Like,
we're gonna make a lot of noise now, so.
But it's pretty soundproof. It's pretty soundproof.
Yeah,
it's all good.
That's awesome, man.
Fuck the neighbours. Who cares?
That's awesome. Talking about the UK hardcore scene that we just mentioned there's just, I mean, there's so much amazing stuff happening in that scene at the minute. And I mean, Malevolence played here yesterday. Were you here yesterday?
Yes.
Right. And you witnessed.
We saw the set.
You witnessed
we saw
that.
him run around the sound tower.
It's crazy watching Malev, to be fair, because like I've been friends with those guys for like 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
And I used to play in another band beforehand, played shows with them in like 200 cap rooms. So to see them going from that to see them now.
But even though we've just flown back from America to do this show.
Insane, man.
Like, really?
To be fair, if there's any band that deserves it and put the work in, it's Malevolence.
Yeah. And their own beer now as well.
And their own beer.
Amazing. But a Malevolence is a great example. Guilt Trip, Street Soldier, Knuckle Dust, Higher Power, Inhuman Nature. You guys, I mean, if I were to ask you, like, is the UK hardcore scene in rude health right now? I mean, do you feel it wherever you go? That
I think so.
Up and down the country?
I would say it's probably in its healthiest position than it's been in quite a long time, actually.
Loads of diversity in bands.
Loads of diversity. There's loads of different cities in the UK that have got their own collectives and stuff that are like, you know, they're almost like absolute unit families.
Yeah.
You've got Glasgow, GHD, Hardcore, they're killing it right now with Northern Unrest. BN1 in Brighton, they're doing absolute bits at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, I would agree.
And even in Ireland as well, I have to tell you, there's some amazing bands like Levain, and like there's great bands that it's just want someone to build a bridge between the two countries. So we can
Inhuman Nature was telling us about Siege of Limerick. Is that something?
The Siege of Limerick, yeah.
They were telling us about that.
But it's twice a year. And yeah, that's kind of like it's an all-day one free festival.
Sick.
And there's 3 or 4 stages, and it's just all day. So
nice.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Sick.
That is cool.
It's a great way to just come straight in and have a captive audience. And
yeah.
A lot of bands have done that. Yeah, I can hook you up with some contacts after this.
Absolutely. Please. Love to do Ireland.
Please and thank you.
Listen, the new album, it's been out for a bit now.
Yes.
And so where are you at with new stuff? Are you constantly writing, or is there?
Yeah, we're still writing at the moment now. Obviously, we released Divided Kingdom a couple of months ago now.
Yeah, so we've got. I'll be honest, there's 3 more tracks in the works. So we were going to do 2, and we're like, fuck it, let's just.
Are you doing
4.
them isolated? Just
correct. Yeah, it's just like
the way the algorithm works now. So yeah,
it has to be done.
It has to be done.
But I'll be honest, writing lyrics is fucking shit. And I'm not very good at it. So basically, 1's done. We just got to do those 3, and then that's it. And then we'll put those out. So there's stuff.
Just chat GPT it, mate.
Yeah. Well. Cut that. I'm not doing that. But yeah, once that's done, yes, there will be more songs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So 2025, we're going to see stuff.
I'd like to think before the year's out.
I think I'd like to hope so. Yeah.
Not 6 more fucking years before the next.
I can't do that.
Like the songs are written. It's basically just the lyrics that need to be done now.
My anxiety can't hack that. 5 more years.
And yeah, to be fair, we hashed out these songs really fucking quickly, like way quicker than we've ever wrote.
Which was
before.
nice because I remember meeting with you and we were like, right. We know what we like on the record. We know what we don't like on the record. We know how to like, right, this is cool. People like this.
Yeah.
We don't like this. Let's just trim the fat.
Yeah.
Get the bullshit gone and let's just get them gone. So like.
And like, are you more brave and confident with kind of adding different things into the band's sound? Because just looking at, say, like Turnstile have just, I mean, I was trying to explain Turnstile to a friend of mine and I said, it's like fucking Bad Brains with Duran Duran and James Addiction. And he was like, what? And he listened to it and then he came back and he was like, oh my God. but for people kind of, slag them for being, too commercial now, which is bullshit. Look, they're doing well, but what they've done is they've broken down boundaries and said it's absolutely okay to do this, as did Bad Brains back in the day and various other bands. But with the Grove Street sound from the album that we know of now and the track that you just mentioned there, like, are you kind of experimenting with more like pushing the boundary of sound and bringing in different things that you normally wouldn't do.
Try to think on the new stuff. I think like on the EP maybe like a little bit. Like I said, I think we trimmed the fat quite a lot and got rid of like
For
a
the
lot
new
of,
EP that we've got.
yeah, because I know Sully was getting all funny because like the intros are too long, man. The intros are too long.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, right, straight in then. Let's just.
Did he say it like that?
Yeah.
He's gonna be pissed when he sees it.
I don't care. I don't
Sorry,
give a fuck.
I'd like to be fair. The album, we took a different approach on the album. Like I would say, the mixtape beforehand that came out, well, what, 7 years ago now. That was I would say that's more towards the kind of turnstile, higher power type stuff that you hear. The album to me especially, is more thrashy than anything.
Right.
We've obviously got the elements of hardcore in there. We've got like even the lyric flows are a bit like hip hoppy here and there. But I would say as a whole, we've gone way more thrashy than we have with any other style of hardcore.
I think faster and heavy. I think if we were going to carry on, I think faster and heavy is always a safe bet.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing you're saying about Turnstile, if you look at the first record and you look at the new one, you know, it's like you can see how they got there. Christ, you look at Bring Me. Look at the first Bring Me record. And look at the
completely different.
You can literally see it step by step. So I think you can be weird and experiment, but you've got to you can't lose the bass. Do you know what I mean? You can't lose your bass fan base. I think you've just got to step it there. So, yeah, I think
that wobbly bit in the middle where it's like.
I think we're just like, hey, let's put some synths in. Everyone's gonna be like, what? Let's get a keyboard player.
Iron Maiden did that with Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. You know, they brought them in, and people were freaked out by it.
Yeah.
Look at them now. But look, it's all about moving forward.
100%.
Absolutely.
So look, we're going to keep an eye on what's going on. Very exciting stuff. And I just feel that, you know, when the next album comes out or the next batch of isolated tracks, it's going to take you even higher.
I hope so. Thank you.
And spreading wider and getting into mainland Europe and coming over to Ireland. And who knows what's going to happen after that, you know? Just hang on to the Malev tailcoats and see where it brings you. You know? I know, but seriously, guys, you have your own thing going on, and it's fucking amazing. And I wish you the best of luck with it all. And
thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, listen, thanks for dropping by, and best of luck today. And,
pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody out there, just tune into Grove Street. Check out what's going on with them and support. Please buy the vinyl. Please buy merch.
Please.
This is what keeps bands going. It's very, very important. So absolutely amazing to have you on, guys. Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much for having us, man.
Cheers, boys.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.